everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about The Lord of the Rings. So if you have read this before or haven't, stay on because we'll have a long discussion. So I just completed reading all three books of The Lord of the Rings, and I've actually done The Fellowship of the Ring, which is the first book, sometime back, at least I think about 2 months back. I have a vlog video for it. I will link that card up here if you want to check that out. But this video is like a discussion forum. I just wanted to talk about everything that I felt through the book. I had so many thoughts and so many opinions and emotions as I read through this book, and I really wanted to make a video to just talk about it, especially after reading the last book in the series, which is The Return of the King. Now I'm going to start off with the third book because that's what I finished yesterday, and I want to talk about that first. So we get introduced to a lot of characters who do not make it to the movies, and I was really disappointed about that. People like Prince Imrahil, I really wanted to get to know him better because he seemed so interesting. Even in like the just 2-3 chapters he comes in, I'm already like crushing on him, and I wanted to know what his place was like and what he was all about. So I'm really sad that the movies did not pick a lot of the characters that were in the book, but then I understand the movies were already so big, and I don't think they could have fit more into it than they already did. What I also found was that if you have like not read this book before but you have seen the movies, then I would highly recommend reading it, because if you have seen the movie before, then you get like a vision in your head as you read through the books, and it just makes it all the more worthwhile. Now there were a lot of like also scenes that were not put into the movie, which I think was also a little sad. Like I had no idea until I read the book that eventually Faramir and Eowyn kind of like get together, because in the movies Eowyn was like crushing bad on Aragorn, and Aragorn was already with Arwen, so it never like materialized for her. And the same thing happens in the book as well, but then it is so beautifully captured how she comes out of the feelings that she has for Aragorn and how she ends up with Faramir, and Faramir knows it, so it's really beautiful and delicate. The whole love story is just gorgeous, and how Aragorn finally ends up with Arwen is also so beautiful. The movies also definitely glorified all of the battles, because in the book the battles are just like one chapter each. So like the battle of Palantir, or the battle of Gondor, or the battle of Rohan, all these are just like one chapter, and each chapter is like what, say 8 pages. But the movies really like built up on it. But you know what, I think that is totally cool, because it was so beautiful in the movies as well when you watch the battle, and it kind of like when you're reading the book, it kind of gets you going, and I think I really enjoyed that. Now, obviously, I have to talk about the Fellowship, and talk about Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli. There's so much of like brotherhood, or there's so much of like bromance between Legolas and Gimli, and I think that was portrayed really well in the movies as well. And oh my god, in the books as well, it was so well heart-wrenching to like see the both of them go through what they were going through with Aragorn. It just feels like at every point that the book is focusing on like each character, and you want to read like a whole book about these characters. Like I don't mind if there's a whole book about Legolas or there's a whole book about Gimli, I would still read it, because each of these characters have so much depth and so much potential that this book is just not enough. And we also see that in the books, when we come to the hobbits, Merry and Pippin are so like kind of similar to the movies, but they are so much more than that. Merry and Pippin get involved in the battles so much more in the books, and they're so invested in it, and they're not just in it for the run. And I really like that as well. It just felt like they had so much of something that they could give back, even though they weren't considered to be like the most powerful people in like the whole of Middle Earth. and I think the books actually did more justice to the hobbits than the movies. And of course, then there's Frodo and Sam. So, in the books, Frodo and Sam have this like friendship that is so special and so unique. And I know that the movies try to like do some level of justice to that, but it just feels quadrupled in the movies. Sorry, in the books. Because it just feels like, yeah, okay, so Frodo is the hero of the book, which is fine. But then in the end, there is no Frodo without Sam, because Sam like takes you through the book. Every step of Frodo's journey, Sam is the one who pushes him through. And towards the end, when Frodo dedicates everything to Sam in the book, it's just so beautiful and so lovely. At some point, you feel like you're reading Sam's story and not Frodo's, and I think that is super important, because there is a certain line in the movie and in the book in which Sam says maybe at some time the world will talk about the hobbits and how Frodo saved the world by like destroying the ring and all that. But you know what, the real hero, the real brave person here was Sam, and if it wasn't for Sam, then Frodo could have never done what he did. And I think that relationship is just so special that there's just no way that the movie could have like made that better. But somehow, like with Tolkien's writing, it's just out of the world in the book. I mean, there is so much to learn from the Fellowship of the Rings, and there's so much to feel for. If you are not like so I personally am not a high fantasy reader. I don't get like involved in high fantasy so easily. Fantasy is more of my genre, but this one high fantasy book just blew my mind. It's just like amazing, and there's no excuse or there is no going back that Tolkien is a legend and he has created a masterpiece. So if you have not seen these movies or not read these books, you're really super missing out. I would highly recommend that if you start reading the books, you might get a little lost because there is so much going on. There is so much of this world, there's so much description, there's so much of characters, and you just feel like lost in Middle Earth. So I would recommend that if you are trying to get this book into your TBR, then the first thing you do is try and watch the movie. And maybe if you watch each of the movies, so there are 3 movies, so if you watch each of the movie and then you read the book, you would feel a little bit more comfortable, and you'll definitely start appreciating the book a lot more, and you will get the flow of things, which I think is super important in this book. Especially if you lose a chapter, there's so much information in each of the chapters that if you even skip a chapter or 2 chapters, you're just gonna get lost, because there's so many separate events that keep happening. So there's Frodo and Sam's journey, then there's Aragorn, Legolas and Gimli's journey, and then there is Saruman's journey, and then there's Gandalf's journey. So it's just so much journeys through for everybody happening in this book. And there are so many characters like the hobbits, then there's Eman, then there's elves, then there is wizards. It's just so complicated. So you have to really read this book slow and enjoy it in order to appreciate it. Now tell me, what's the world without Gandalf? Gandalf the Grey, Gandalf the White. Oh god, Gandalf is amazing and the sweetest wise man ever. So I think I feel a little light after talking so much about this book. If you have read Lord of the Rings, or you're reading it right now, or if you've just watched some movies and you just want to chill with me, then put your thoughts and comments in the comments below, and I would love to talk more about Lord of the Rings with you. So if you are a fan, let me know who's your favorite character, who did you love, who did you not like in the book. I don't think I actually liked Saruman as much. I don't know, I just didn't like him, but I think if he wasn't there, then there would have been no book. So he plays a very crucial role in the book, so it's okay. I didn't not like anyone so bad. So let me know in the comments below your thoughts, what you would love about the book, or if you even plan to read the book, or if this video actually made you inspired enough to start picking up the book. Also, if you want me to do a separate video just to like guide you through all the characters and the different people and the words and the world that Tolkien has built in order for you to like read the book better, let me know and I'll be more than happy to do that. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Bye.